How did Betty become a nomadic intern? First of all, I should say I've had an absolutely amazing life and it continues. But I've also had a lot of tough stuff in my life. I was raped when I was 13. My father dropped dead of a heart attack at my age of 15. My mother was a paranoid schizophrenic. I lost a child at the age of 1 who had very serious heart defects, and you never, never, never forget that in any way. And I've also lost 5 men to death throughout my lifetime, relationships that I had been in or were in, and they died at that particular point in time. So it hasn't always been easy, but I would say it's always been an adventure, and it's been not without stress. But I've learned how to handle it, and I've learned how to be an explorer and to enjoy life, and also to be extremely curious. I had my own consulting company for 25 years, Betty Steinhauer Associates Limited, which dealt with the corporate people and government people in terms of government relations and strategic planning, etc. And that was very successful, and I loved doing it. I also founded a charity called the People Bridge Charitable Foundation, which funded projects around the world. For 11 years, we did 18 countries and 120 projects, and I'm very, very proud of that. I started my first trip to India in 1990 because I met a very special woman by the name of Daddy Jenki. And Daddy Jenki at that point was 75, and I was in my 40s, and she just passed away this year at the tender age of 104. She was tough. She was lovely. We had this wonderful connection. She was head of the Brahma Kumaris Spiritual University in India. We couldn't really communicate together. We used to do it through a translator. She spoke Hindi, no English, which she told me, but I'm not quite sure about that. And I certainly didn't speak Hindi. When I wrote my first book, My Way, 8 years ago, I gave her a copy, and I said, just to get someone to read you the page about yourself. And her caregiver, a little while later, said to me, it was on her bedside, and she read the whole book, and she wanted me to tell you how brave you were to write that. And so that to me was the biggest compliment. So she could read English. Whether she could speak English to this day, we will never, never, never know. So I've had this amazing life. I've been to India 23 times. How I became a nomadic intern. I was in Toronto and I was a little bored and decided didn't know what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. So I got rid of everything and sold it or gave it away and said, I'm just going to travel and I'm going to learn about different cultures around the world. And that's what I've done for the last 8 years. And right now I'm in Mexico. I've loved it. I've had some good times. I've had some not so good times. But all in all, it has been a wonderful adventure, and it continues. So that's how it all happened. And as I said before, it has been totally amazing. Thank you.